Last week was so good, hearing about all the good work that Alma is doing through domestic violence work in our building. And to be able to walk that space was cool, and we hope to be able to do that again tonight. But we've got a different story that we're excited to hear. Rosemary, thank you so much for coming and sharing about the good work that the Collective Learning Academy is doing in our midst, and we're happy to have you. Welcome. Come and share, if you would, with this group about what the good trouble that you guys are up to.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for having me here this evening. It is a pleasure to be here and share with all of you everything that we do at Collective Learning Academy, as we call it CLA. I'm pretty sure that many of you have seen our students in the hallway. They're kind of loud too, and I apologize for that, but they're just excited to see everyone. Every time they see someone, they're always smiling and introducing themselves. But that's who we are. Those are our kiddos, how I call it. But CLA joined the Second-Ponce community back in 2018 when one of our board members reached out to the pastor, and he connected us with the administrator back then, Jeff Miller, and we presented our project, and he liked it. We were very pleased to hear that, and it has been almost 6 years since we joined this community. And let me tell you that it has been a blessing because the students, they are extremely happy. They finally feel like they have a place that they can call a school. The parents are also happy because most of them live in the area. And us, the administrators and teachers and staff, we feel very happy because we feel like we are part of this community. So thank you so much. So Collective Learning Academy is a collaboration of teachers and parents who were seeking for comprehensive education for their children. And everything, it started as an idea that I had for two students that I was working with back in 2015 and 16. Unfortunately, these two students, they were rejected from private schools, from public schools, and from special ed schools, and they didn't have a place where to go. It was almost, I remember, the end of that school year, and we were in a small tutoring center, and the rooms were very, very small, and they were so unhappy that they were continuing asking us, why can't we be in a regular school? And they were asking the parents as well, and they didn't know what to say to them. So I presented this project to the parents, and they liked it. They supported us and another teacher 100%, and here we are, almost 6 years later. So formally, we opened our doors back in August 2017, and we were, prior to coming here, at Sensations. I'm not sure if any of you have heard of it. Sensation used to be a therapeutic center in Decatur, and we were renting space. Unfortunately, that same year, they closed their doors, and that was when we transferred here. But right now, we serve students between the ages of 12 and 23 years old, and most of our students are diagnosed with autism, cerebral palsy, learning disabilities. Next school year, we might be getting some students diagnosed with Down syndrome and autism, and we also have students with Apert syndrome and others developmental disabilities as well. So we are, one of the ladies was asking me, how many students do you guys have in your schools? And I said, we're very small. We only have 8 students in our program, but we have a lot to offer. Right now, we have 4 different programs. We have the academic program, the transition program, the community-based instruction program, and the summer program. In the academic programs, we serve students in high schools and also in middle schools. If you walk in one of our classrooms, you will see that we do teach because we follow all the Georgia standards, and also we have general education curriculums for all of our children. But of course, those curriculums are modified to each student's levels and needs. So if you come to our classroom, you might see them working with math, language arts, social studies, and science as well. In the transition program, we serve students who are already graduated from high school, but they are still not ready to pursue with their secondary or post-secondary education. So we keep them here to teach them those independent skills that they need so they can thrive in this world. So that program, the skills that we teach them are broken in 3 categories, and those are the educational, training, employment, and independent living. So those students are actually learning how to manage a budget, how to go shopping at the store. They always go to Publix. They prepare some meals. We have meal planning. They also learn how to do dishes, how to make a bed. So there's a lot of skills that they still need to learn to become more independent. We also have the community-based instruction. This one, it's one of my favorite because this is where our students serve as volunteers, and we take them out into the community to our community partners, and we are teaching them those job training skills that they need. So every afternoon from Monday through Thursday, we are out in the community. We go to Barnes and Nobles, we go to Toco Hill Pantry, that's the Alliance Pantry. We also go to the Chastain Horse Park, Front Porch Market. They have 2 stores actually at the Front Porch Market. They have a market in the back, and they have like a boutique in the front. So we have 2 groups going to the market and going to the boutique. And on Fridays, we serve at the aquarium. So each student has a task to complete. So they have to wear their uniforms, they go to the aquariums, they have to clock in and clock out. Some of them work at a cafe, others are greetings, and others are working behind the scenes with following some of the engineers, and they are actually doing some work like plumbing and changing some locks on the door, and it's amazing just to see how happy and how proud they feel of themselves. We also have the summer program. We call it the summer program, but our students are supposed to be in school all year around. Unfortunately, we cannot keep them at home because most of the skills that you teach them during the school year, they will lose them. So we have to keep them here, but just to make it fun, we call it the summer program. So in that program, we're still teaching academic skills, and we're still continuing with our community-based instructions, that's what we call CBI, and we are out in the community continuing practicing those skills. On Fridays, that's one of their favorite days during the summer. It's because we are out the whole day. After they finish completing their task, we take them out to different restaurants. Each student, they choose where they would like to go, and they don't choose McDonald's or they don't choose Chick-fil-A. They want to go and sit down at a restaurant and be served. So, but at the same time, we are practicing those skills that we teach them throughout the week, and those are social skills, financial skills, how to place an order, how to pay for their order, how to leave a tip, and how to interact with others in the community. So every time we go out, we are constantly teaching them. So we always have fun. Sometimes we have our good days, sometimes we have our bad days, but that's what we're here for. We're here just to support them because we want them to thrive. And that's the goal for Collective Learning Academy and these students. Collective Learning Academy, it's an accredited school. We are accredited by the Georgia Accrediting Commission. We also are a nonprofit organization, and we have a board director. So we are very pleased for that group of parents and also the board who's always supporting us 100%. And I believe that what makes CLA unique and different from the other schools, especially special ed schools, it's the way we teach. We have small student to teacher ratio. We have one-on-one interaction with the teachers. We have general education curriculum, and everything is modified to each student's levels and need. And especially we offer that amazing community-based instruction program because that's where they learned how to become more independent. So this is it for me. If you guys have any questions or any concerns, feel free to ask. How do people find out? Well, before it was word of mouth. Now, through social media, everyone is hearing about us. So we are on Facebook, on Instagram, and our website's www.claoa.com.
And how many students do you currently have?
8 students. 8 students.
And can you take more?
Yes, that's our goal, but we don't want to grow a lot. The max that we would like to have is just 14 or 15 because we want to maintain what we're offering. Anything else? Well, you're welcome to come downstairs and tour our classroom and our space. And thank you so much for having me here again.
So I think last week's opportunity to be upstairs in that space, I mean, some of you have admitted, like me and Doc, you've not ever been up there before last week. But it gave us an opportunity not only to hear about the mission, but also to see the practical ways the building's being used well. And I think it will be on display as well in CLA space. So as are there any other questions about CLA? Some of the best stories and experiences that I've had, and I don't know if Doc, I'd love for Allie and Jonathan to be able to share as well, but is just we've started almost like a quarterly breakfast as a staff, and all of the nonprofits gather early on a Tuesday morning in this space too, and it's been really fun to sit around the table with Joey or with Walt and to share breakfast and to just get to know those students in ways that it's a unique opportunity. And they bring energy to the place that I've not experienced anything like it in other church settings, and so it's been a blessing in the short time I've been here sharing the space with them. So if you are unaware, we're going toward the Cavett Room, which is North Bridge on the way out, but we'll go in the CLAs kind of behind the library. So we'll move there. Any other announcements or questions? I can't imagine. We're not going to bring you up here and distribute a test at the end of the night. We have been talking about learning and students, and Andy's like, shoo, thank goodness. But so, once we do the tour down there, we'll be done. But any other questions, comments? Yes, sir.
You a 501c
So Andy, for those of you who are on Zoom, Andy asked if they were a 501c3 and take donations, and the answer is an emphatic yes. All right, any other questions before we move? All right, let's go see that wonderful space.